Those of you that know me and have followed this channel will know that I have a real passion for motorcycles. Not just that, the whole lifestyle that goes with it, the adventures and tours you can do with it. Just recently I've been to Italy and I've gone to a couple of manufacturers and the museums. I've shared a couple of those on this channel. I've got a few more to share with you. I've been to World Caddy Week, done bike tours in Europe, in South Africa, and just to explore beautiful countries on the back of a motorcycles. But not just that, I love finding those rare bikes, those limited numbered bikes, and sharing the story behind that with you, the anniversary, what are they celebrating. And this brings me to Moto Guzzi here, because they have done it again. There's a bike we've just received here in South Africa and we're going to uncrate it, and after the uncrating I would like to share that story with you and what it celebrates in this great brand's history. Now this limited edition bike that we'll be uncrating now and speaking about is based on the very successful Moto Guzzi V85 TT. Now TT, Tutto Terrano, all-terrain adventure bike for Moto Guzzi. It's been around a couple of years, and since 2019 Moto Guzzi has had to increase production, increase staff complement to keep up with the worldwide demand. Now here is the evocative model. Under that you have the base model. This is the evocative, came in that red and pearl and yellow and pearl. And then for 2021, only 1 year, they made this Centenario. Now the reason for the color scheme, it's based on the iconic V8 racer, 500cc Grand Prix racer of 1955. It has that brushed aluminium tank, the green dustbin fairing and the brown leather seat. Yes, an 8-cylinder Grand Prix racer. I have filmed it and spoken about it in the episode where I went to the Moto Guzzi Museum. I'm going to blend it in at the end, but this was only made for 2021, celebrating 100-year history for this company. Here you see it on the front mudguard, 1921 to 2021. So evocative still available in the red and pearl, or yellow and pearl. This was a 2021 bike, the Centenario, and here we have top of the range, top spec, the V85 TT Travel. Now in a previous episode we covered the 21 model, which was this beigey sand color. This is the 22 bike in a silver, as mentioned, highest spec V85, comes with center stand as standard, the pannier bags, I think heated grips and a couple of other niceties. Have a look at that episode. This is the V85 Travel, V85 Centenario, and the V85 Evocative, which I will also blend that episode in at the back. Now the bike I'm talking about is a V85 we're going to uncrate now, and it celebrates 100 years of Moto Guzzi, as well as 75 years of being the one and only bike and manufacturer protecting the Italian president. Used to be Cavalry based, and from 1946 became Cavalry based on Moto Guzzis. So let's go ahead and uncrate it and share the story with you afterwards. story begins in 1946 when the Italian Carabinieri, the special police for the president, it's known as the Cuirassiers Regiment, and it's the Guard of Honor for the Italian president. They chose Moto Guzzi to replace the horses. It was a cavalry division that escorted the police. So now the cavalry was based on Moto Guzzis. So since then, whenever the Italian head of state travels, his security regiment accompanies him on a fleet of Moto Guzzis. So for 2022, Moto Guzzi has released this limited edition V85 TT to the public as a way of honoring the 75-year partnership. Now, various models have been used and adapted for the regiment's purposes. These Guard of Honors have very strict parameters, and one of them, they have to be 1.9 meters tall, of exceptional physique and that, so these bikes have always been adapted for them. This iconic paint scheme is actually the one they use on the Guard of Honor, and it matches the uniforms of the special unit of Carabinieri, the Guard of Honor protecting the Italian president in the convoys. And it's now made for us in the public in a special limited edition of 1,946 units, and that number represents the first year that Moto Guzzis replaced horses for this cavalry. Now, 1,946 special limited and numbered units made for us in the public in the same color scheme of the Guardia D'Onore, Guard of Honor, and you can see the black has a little bit of a glitter flake in it with the white, and your bike then gets serialized, as mentioned, 401 of 1946. Going through the basic specifications on this special bike would be the standard V85 motor. You have this 853cc 90-degree air and oil cooled twin, 2 valves per cylinder, mounted transversely where the heads are protruding either side of the frame. Now, maximum horsepower on this motor would be 76 horsepower at 7,500 RPM, maximum torque 82 Newton meters at 5,000 RPM. This goes through a dry clutch, 6-speed box, and final drive being shaft drive. And as mentioned before, this is the only under 1,000cc adventure bike with final drive shaft drive. Wheels 19-inch up front, 17 at the back, laced wheels. Your travel on the suspension 170mm front and back, and the seat height on this bike is 830 millimeters. The dry weight is 209 kilos and approximately 230 kilos wet weight. The fuel capacity is 23 liters, and that is basically that. Now, having a look at what makes this bike special and what you get as standard on this special edition would be, starting off obviously the color scheme, the black with the metallic flake, the white pinstriping, as per all the Guard of Honor motorcycles through the past 75 years, and it's actually the color of the uniform of those guys. Now, here you get the taller screen as standard on this execution. The LED spots come as standard. The Nerf or bush bars around the motor are standard, as well as the center stand. And interesting on that fact, Moto Guzzi actually invented center stand and were the first to use center stand on motorcycles. And to finish it off, you get your number and the bike, this being bike number 401 of 1946, Guardia D'Onore, Guard of Honor. And lastly, the final touch would be a little box, presentation box, inside a catalog or brochure showing all the bikes from Falcone to the California 1400 throughout the ages of the bikes used in that convoy. Also in that you have a Moto Guzzi postcard with a Moto Guzzi special edition, the 100-year anniversary postage stamp applied to that postcard, and stamped, that stamp showing the V-twin motor on that. Now, those are the little extras you get with a special execution. This is the only one in South Africa, most probably none more coming. So really special bike, something that is really my cup of tea. I like these rare numbered pieces, and in years to come surely grow in value. I hope you enjoyed this episode and the story and history of the Guard of Honor Moto Guzzis and this special edition, limited numbered edition for Moto Guzzi. If you enjoyed the episode, please give me a thumbs up, a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help me build the channel, and if you like, the reminder bell so you always know when I'm uploading new content.